A shady canopy from a variety of trees made possible by the dedication of Luang Ta Anek, the abbot of Wat Ba Saingam, makes a lasting impression on visitors to the temple. Yesterday evening, after they learned about Sergeant Wichai's efforts in planting trees over more than 30 years, Luang Ta Anek kindly taught the novices to plant many kinds of trees.
การฝังกับฝังถมให้เพียงระดับพื้นนี่กับระดับหลุมนี่การที่สีกถุงเนี่ยก็ควรพิถีพิถันเนี่ยมันจะค่อยปอกหากมันจะบ่ขาดก็ซ้ำเล็กหน่อยอ่อนๆเท่านั้นนะเขามันนอนอยู่อูลูกเขาดึงแขนลูกขึ้นมาโหลดนี่ร่องเบิ่งแขนมันบ่ขาดหรอกแต่ว่ามันสิเดาะสิพิการอันนี้ก็คือกันเฮาคอยเฮ็ดเฮาต้องคอยประคับประคองต้นนี่ลงบ่ให้หากขาดหากหยังเอาออกไปสักวันเอาออกก็เจ็บไว้อย่าสิถิ่มไปทั่วคันถิ่มไปทั่วก็เป็นมลภาวะอีกบัดนี้
Luang Ta Anek led the novices, along with laymen and laywomen, in planting saplings around Wat Ba Saingam. Although the planting holes were flooded by rainstorms, creating some difficulties, the saplings were successfully planted in the prepared holes with the collaboration from the Buddhists. Some of the novices assisted Luang Ta in planting the trees. Many of the novices actively planted trees and helped one another. After sunset, Phra Ajahn and all 12 little monks did monastic duties at the study hall. The harmonious chant was simple but clear, showing that the novices could remember the evening chant more fluently.
I am indeed the Sangha's servant. The Sangha is my Lord and guide. The Sangha is sorrow destroyer.
During yesterday's Dhamma story session, Phra Ajahn showed the novices many pictures of the Buddha's life. Phra Ajahn explained the first picture, which depicted when the Buddha taught the Dhamma to 3 hermits who had 1,000 followers altogether.
They believe that they are arahant. They believe that they're fully enlightened. So the Buddha passed by, and then the Buddha, the Buddha is very young, right? So when they look at the Buddha, they say, "Oh, this is a young sage. What did he know?" So they don't believe that the Buddha got enlightened. So the Buddha asked for a place to stay. So the Buddha asked them to stay, and then they give the Naka. You know what the Naka house? The Naka is a big snake. It used to be the big snake where people go in and then maybe have a problem with Naka.
Phra Ajahn told the novices that the great Naga revealed his mighty flame, intending to threaten the Buddha. The Buddha then cast a mightier blaze which lit up the sanctuary.
Naga can change to person too. So the Buddha have to perform psychic power to compete with the Naga. When the Buddha go into the deep samadhi, and he can manifest into many forms, and he fight with this Naga. Whatever Naga do, he can do better. So in the morning, when everything calm down, and they come by and take a look, normally people just die when they go in the Naga. So you know what happened? Buddha is there, the Naga is gone. So they say, "Oh, what happened? What happened to the Naga?" So the Buddha opened the lid. So see, the Naga is coiled up in the bowl.
Many of the novices asked Phra Ajahn lots of questions.
How did the Naga fit in the Buddha's bowl?
Ah.
It turned small
Yeah, he turned into small naga and like a small snake, the naga, because he kind of compete with the Buddha.
Then Pra Ajahn told the story of how Uruvela Kassapa gained faith in the Buddha.
Kassapa afraid that if they know that Buddha has a power like that, then all of the people who come will go to the Buddha instead of him. So he had this thought in his mind. But the Buddha also can read thought as well. So the Buddha knows. Buddha doesn't want to basically compete and steal all these followers of Kassapa. So he kindly, on the special day, he just go around and then just have a meal by himself. So the next day, the Kassapa come and then ask, where were you yesterday? And the Buddha tell Kassapa that he can read the thought, and so he decided to have his meal by himself. So Kassapa said, "Oh, this monk is very generous. He doesn't want to compete with me. So his mind is softer, okay? But he still think I'm an arahant. Buddha is still not, is still lower than me."
The last picture Pra Ajahn kindly showed the novices was Uruvela Kassapa and his 1,000 followers asking the Buddha for ordination, as they all admired the Buddha and his Dharma.
His brother first, because when he throw away his thing to sacrifice the fire, floating away, so his two brother living nearby, they see all these things floating along the river. There's maybe something wrong with him, maybe some danger. So they come up to see his older brother. So his older brother tell them that the Buddha is this is the Buddha.
Later on, the 3 hermits and their 1,000 followers were ordained and became arahants. All of them, together with the other arahants, 1,250 in total, went to the Veluvana temple in Rajagaha in the Principality of Magadha on the full moon day of the 3rd lunar month without being summoned. This phenomenon is observed today as Makha Bucha Day. Once the activity ended, Pra Ajahn concluded that the forest was the best place to practice, because all of the Buddha's significant life events, from his birth to his enlightenment, his first sermon, and his death, were all connected with trees. Then Pra Ajahn brought out some Bodhi tree leaves and asked the novices a Dharma riddle.
So that's a handful of leaves. There's so many things in the world that you don't need to know it all. All you need to know is this Four Noble Truth.
Pra Ajahn indicated to the novices the importance of practicing meditation in the forest.
Okay, one thing about the forest is that it have a changing all the time. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
It's very uncertain, right? You can't predict, okay, because sometimes it's rain, sometimes it's shiny, sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's hot. So when you live in the forest, you have to be with the nature, so you learn about impermanence, right? Sometimes they have to, the flooding come, the water come, so they will learn about the impermanence, suffering, and not self. So this is the 3 things that make you become noble.
Afterward, Pra Ajahn had the novices meditate and share their thoughts and feelings. The novices shared their experiences.
Okay, Ati, what are you thinking when you meditate?
I'm thinking of the white balloon, and
White balloon.
when I hear the bell, I let the white balloon go and then think of it float up to the sky.
Okay, is it peaceful? It help you it make you calm and peaceful?
Yeah.
When I meditate, I thought of helping a dolphin.
Think of what?
Of helping a dolphin.
Helping a dolphin. Oh, why? Well, we're supposed to be with the body.
I thought you said.
So when we meditate, okay, we with the body. Okay, don't think of the future, past. Don't think of your parents. Don't think of your country. Okay, yeah. Don't think about anything. Just think about the body. Okay, the body at the present moment.
Throughout these 10 days of ordination, the novices have gradually learned, absorbed, and practiced to follow the teachings of Pra Ajahn and behave accordingly. The novices still have a lot more lessons to learn in the time that remains. dawn on the 10th day of ordination, the 12 novices greeted the new day with a morning chant as usual. The chant is about the recollection of the triple gem, truth, and the circle of life. The morning chant is to reflect on the Buddha's teaching, inspect the cause and the end of suffering, and detach oneself from worldly desires.
Rupang anicca, Vedana anicca, Sanya anicca, Sankhara anicca, Vinyanam anicca, Rupang anatta.
The novices recited the 10 precepts to remind themselves of proper monastic behavior. Then the novices meditated to focus on the present moment and not allow their minds to be taken over by emotion. Pra Ajahn and the novices went for alms at the Ban Tung Sai Ngam community as usual. This morning, a number of Buddhists were waiting to offer alms at the tree tunnel. The alms round is a monastic routine which allows the monks to focus on their surroundings and see things in their true nature. The alms round also allows the laymen to start their joyful days by approaching the Dhamma and making merit. Offering alms to monks is a way for Buddhists to practice the Dhamma and eliminate stinginess and selfishness, to be giving and to preserve Buddhism. Most of the novices assisted Pra Ajahn after the alms round. This morning, Pra Ajahn taught the novices how to ask to assist Luang Ta Anek before his arrival to give a sermon before the meal.
If Luang Ta come with the yam, so what do?
you tell Anjali and do, can I carry your yam and then he will hand you the yam.
Empire, right?
Okay.
ขอ
So
โอกาสได้ไหม
ขอโอกาส you can say ขอโอกาส
The novices helped each other assist Luang Ta Anek.
Every time Luang Ta talk to you, how do you do?
Actually,
Every time, right?
Assisting or taking care of the teachers is one of the 14 principles that the novices learned during yesterday's lesson. Many of the novices volunteered to assist Luang Ta Anek as he arrived. The novices gently offered water to Luang Ta Anek and paid their respects to him.
Anjali Vanka Abhivat Ajariyo Menato Anjali Vanka Abhivat Ajariyo Menato.
Some of the novices also gave Luang Ta Anek a leg massage. Massaging the Buddha's hands, feet, and back was one of the 5 services of Ananda, one of the Buddha's most well-known disciples. Luang Ta Anek talked with the novices during his sermon and offered questions for them to ponder.
ตื่นเช้าขึ้นมา ตื่นนอนขึ้นมา เราคิดอย่างไรตั้งใจไว้อย่างไงแต่ละวัน
So Luang Por asks, when you wake up, what did you mind? What did you set of mind? What did you determine to do each day?
Wake up and now wake up.
ก็ตื่นมาตั้งใจมาทำวัดเช้า
Wake up and go to the bed.
มาบิณฑบาตครับเตรียมบิณฑบาต You just wake up? You want to sleep already?
I want to sleep again.
เขาบอกว่าเขาตื่นแล้วเขาก็อยากนอนครับหลวงพ่อ
ดีเจคิดยังไง
So DJ, what do you think first thing in the morning? What do you like to do?
I like to brush my teeth, wash my face, and go
เขาบอกว่าตื่นมาก็ล้างหน้าล้างตาแปรงฟันแล้วก็มาทำวัดเช้าครับ
เราจะต้องทำอะไรนั่นเนี่ยให้ดีที่สุดที่เป็นประโยชน์ที่สุดเราก็จะได้รับความสุขจากความตั้งใจ
Okay, so Luang Por said that we should set up the principle. Every day we wake up, it's a new day for us, so we have a new chance. So we should set up the thing that we should do for the day. Anything that is helping other or inspiring, so you do that, and then you will receive the happiness as a result of your determination.
Luang Ta advised the novices to meditate in a sitting posture before worshipping the triple gem and to think of their parents.
กำหนดลมหายใจเข้าออกให้ตามดูให้รู้ลมเข้าลมออกมีสติจดจ่ออยู่ที่ลมหายใจ
Then try to focus attention on your in and out breathing. Try to follow the breathing in and out continuously.
Before the Dhamma conversation ended, Luang Ta Anek reminded the novices of the Dhamma lesson from planting trees yesterday.
ต้นไม้จำเป็นกับชีวิตของเรานะ
So the tree is very important for our life.
ข้าวอยู่ในบาตรอาหารทุกชิ้นจะเป็นพืชพันธุ์ก็อยู่ในกลุ่มตระกูลของต้นไม้แต่ก็แยกประเภทให้ประโยชน์กับชีวิตของเรา
So like the thing in our bowls. A lot of things come from trees. Right? Even the rice that we have is special kind of plant tree that coming from the growing this plant.
Prior to having breakfast, พระอาจารย์ taught the novices how to sit with correct posture during meditation by using matchboxes. Pra Ajahn let the most mindful novices get their food first. Other novices will still have to continue practicing mindfulness. Some of the novices volunteered to pour nampana for their friends, displaying their kindness toward others. After scooping the food, Pra Ajahn and the novices recited the Reflection on the Meal chant.
ปฏิสังขายโยนิโสปิณฑบาตังปฏิเสวามิเนวาตวายานัมมัทธายานัมมันตนายานัมวิภูสนายา
This morning, Luang Ta Anek's teachings inspired the novices to value and utilize time wisely, to have purpose in every activity, and to do monastic chores successfully in order to achieve true happiness in their lives. Before the learning session, the little novices took proper care of their requisites as usual. As a result of training, the novices have become faster in taking care of their utensils. Each of them applied the techniques taught by Pra Ajahn in their own ways. Some of them took care of the novices who had not yet finished their meals. Doing monastic routines together is a rule set by Ajahn Chah to uphold harmony in the Sangha community. Moreover, it is a time when Pra Ajahn and the novices can interact. In the Dhamma practice session, the novices learned how to dye saffron robes. Before the session started, Pra Ajahn had the novices recite the Reflection on the Four Requisites chant, which refers to clothing, food, shelter, and medicine.
ขายโยนิโสจิวารังปฏิเสวามิยาวาเทวาสีตัสสะปฏิฆาตายะอุณหาสะปฏิฆาตายะทังสมากาสะวาตาตปะสิริงสปะสัมภัสสานังปฏิฆาตายะยาวาเทวาหิริโกปินาปฏิชาธนาทัง While reflecting, I use the robe only toward of cold, toward of heat, toward of the touch of flies, mosquito, wind, burning and creeping things, only for the sake of modesty.
พระอาจารย์ quickly explained how to dye the saffron robes before taking them outside to do it for real. On the way to the yard, some novices assisted Phra Ajahn like they had been taught yesterday. At the beginning of the session, Phra Ajahn introduced the trunk of a jackfruit tree, the main ingredient in dyeing the saffron robes. Then Phra Ajahn took the novices to observe the process in a prepared demonstration. Dyeing saffron robes is not complicated, but it requires time and delicacy. The sap from the core of the jackfruit tree must be simmered down and concentrated. Saffron robes dyed with jackfruit tree core must be washed with boiled jackfruit tree sap only. Detergent is inapplicable when washing the robes as it makes the color fade and leaves an unpleasant smell. When hung to dry, they need to be flipped back and forth to create an even color. After Phra Ajahn explained the steps, the novices tried dyeing the saffron robes by themselves with close assistance from Phra Ajahn. The saffron robe is an essential requisite for monks. Ajahn Chah taught the forest monks to be able to sew and dye clothes by themselves, as it is stated in the Vinaya. This activity reminds monks to be conscious of their behavior and take good care of their saffron robes. Then Phra Ajahn explained more about dyeing the saffron robes.
Okay, so when we dye and we let it dry, it will be like this. Okay, sometimes the first dye we might not got the right color, but we do it again and again. Every 2 weeks we dye like this again, and it's getting thicker and thicker. In the beginning, it might be a little bit not so thick, but every 2 weeks we do it more and more. It gets thicker and thicker. Okay.
Normally, forest-dwelling monks make their own requisites by using their skills, efforts, and diligence in order to encourage self-reliance. Living a simple life and using basic requisites aims to build a sense of modesty and solitude. Learning the Buddha's teachings through many activities during the past 3 weeks has instilled the Dhamma in the novices' hearts. Dyeing saffron robes is another special experience for novices at this age. This is the halfway point in the novices' training on the path of Buddhism. There are still many more challenges for the novices to overcome. In the learning process session this afternoon, the novices learn the truth of time and the nature of light under the topic Beginning of the Light. Jack introduced Dr. Chayapong Ruang Suwan, or Ajahn Frank, a teacher from the physics department of the Faculty of Science at Konkan University, who is the instructor this afternoon. Ajahn Frank discussed light with the novices. Many of them shared their opinions.
I know that everyone knows light. Where's the light come from?
The sun or a light source, like the light.
Sun and light source? No, we put
Fire.
fire. Oh, that's great. That's fire. How the sun produce the light?
Energy and the explosions inside the sun.
That's great. Any electric light need energy?
Then Ajahn Frank asked the novices to help each other think about the answer to the question in the next topic.
To locate or to talk about the direction, what is the device or instrument that we use for it? To know the direction, what is the device or the instrument that we need? Sorry?
Compass.
A compass.
Ajahn Frank had the novices draw compasses. Once they finished drawing, Ajahn Frank asked more questions.
We want to make a compass ourselves. What do we need? Louis put?
I've made a compass before. Like one type is you need something with a higher buoyancy that can float on water, a needle, or a small metallic object and a magnet. So you just rub the metallic object on the magnet, put it on the floatable thing, and put it on the water, which will turn to the direction of north.
I put some water and put a needle that is magnetized onto a leaf, and the side that is magnetized will spin the leaf to the north.
Ajahn Frank provided coconut shells, water, needles, and leaves for each group. These are components to make the compasses. Everyone paid close attention and tried to make the compasses by themselves. Although the novices helped each other in creating the compasses, they were still not able to finish them. Ajahn Frank noticed that they were not able to complete the task, so he explained the right way to do it.
Hold the needle steady and rub the magnet only one direction. And going, touch and rub. Going and rub.
The novices followed Ajahn Frank's instructions and were finally successful.
Yeah, we got it. Yes, we got it. It's slowly turning. It's going that way.
Oh, it's going fast.
It's that way, and it will stop because the north
this is north?
Oh, it changed
So you're telling me
a little
north is
bit.
over here, yeah?
Oh, we changed to
Yeah.
south.
And the south, them went that way.
Right.
Afterwards, Ajahn Frank talked about light and shadow.
The shadow is changed depend on the position of the sun, right? If the sun is rising in the east, where is the shadow? If we stand in the field,
West.
the shadow as it's going to
West.
the west. Okay, let me go next to the next activity. It's about the light and shadow.
Ajahn Frank allowed Ajahn Mon to be the instructor of the Art from Light activity and making a sundial.
I will give every one of you novice to get this piece of paper, and then I just want to ask you to use scissors to carefully and slowly cut this gray color out of this white paper, okay?
Once Ajahn Mon finished the explanation, the novices focused on cutting the paper. After they finished cutting, Ajahn Mon had the novices fold the paper in 90-degree angles and attach them to the prepared papers. The novices asked what they were making.
What did you say before you finish it? You mentioned something that the shadow
I said it
will...
was a skeleton.
Skeleton. And what else?
And maybe a triceratops.
And did you mention something about dinosaurs?
Yes.
All right.
Ajahn Mon demonstrated how to use the cut pieces of paper, which impressed the novices a lot.
Where? I can't see it.
It's a face.
No, it's not Buddha.
It's
lost Buddha. Oh my,
God.
neck and she's sideways.
He also advised and showed the novices how to make a sundial.
I start the process by drawing the picture of the Buddha first, and then I cut the shape out, but I have to leave some part that stick with the paper, stick with the base, right? And have to fold it about 90 degrees, and after that you can produce this kind of work.
Before the activity ended, Ajahn Mon explained how the things the novices had learned today were all filled with the Dharma.
Sometimes you can see elephant, but sometimes elephant will disappear. For example, this is the morning, like 8 o'clock, and you see elephant. And after that, about 9, 10, 11, 12, elephant disappear. And in the afternoon, you see nothing, there is no elephant. For me, that is the beauty of nature. We cannot control it, we just let it go, and we have to be patient, we have to be calm and appreciate the specific moment. We shouldn't force the nature, we should live with nature, and let's share the same experience with life. We just enjoy life, we shouldn't control it too much.
Pra Ajahn emphasized the things the novices learned today, which will be very useful in the activities in upcoming days.
The learning today about observation skills, direction, we can use to select places to sleep by observe sunlight and also the wind blows, so that we can be safe when we select residence to sleep. Okay, hopefully that they will use the skills today for next week training.
Novice Ryu and Novice JL were the representatives to thank Ajahn Frank and Ajahn Mon for sharing their knowledge today. For the past 3 weeks, the novices have learned, absorbed, and followed the forest monk's way of life bit by bit through worldly and Dhamma activities. These lessons have made the novices grow and cultivate knowledge, Dhamma, and proper manner within their mind.